guessing she's now learning that slowly, which is a good thing. So it's better now than never.
Whoa! Let me tell you about this time. I don't know if y'all remember. I'm not gonna say any names. My best friend stayed with us for a month. At that time, me and my ex were still together, and my best friend was going on hard times. And my ex was like, "Hey, she can stay with us," and I was like, "Yeah, that's actually a good idea." So she came all the way from Indiana to Arizona and stayed with us for a month, a little over a month. And I remember on day like 3 of her living there, we were walking shopping with our babies because Dominic's always with me. There was not a time. That's my point I'm trying to make. She did not take care of him, period. Like,
Dominique, stop calling her your ex and start calling her your why. Like, why did you date her? Why did you give her these chances? Why did you commit to her? Why did you love her? You know, no exes, just why. Like, why was I with you?
I did so much, she did. That's why this little act she's doing on social media is irritating me so much. I didn't even want to speak on this, but you're not gonna sit here and lie and get tattoos all of us. So like, what is a tattoo gonna do? When you got that tattoo of Dominic, you was cheating on me, and I didn't see you for days, and you still gonna lie about that? Like, oh no, like we were arguing, but we weren't. Like, bye. I'm not about to come here and sugarcoat nothing. I'm not about to come here and be like, oh, like, no, it's not. I'm gonna come here direct and blunt because I don't play about my son, period. Anyways, my best friend sat me down on like day 3 while we were shopping. We sat on a bench. I remember this like it was yesterday. And she started crying out of nowhere. And I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? What's going on?
So as soon as she said that part, I really thought she was gonna say, oh, I caught her cheating, or she tried to come on to me, or something.
And something in my heart, and like my heart sunk. I was like, I know what she's about to say. She's only been here for 3 days and she sees it. I know she's about to say, please God, please God, please God, don't let her say it, because I always defended her. My family would say it, her family would say it, but they ain't gonna tell you that. Anyways, my best friend sat me down and she's crying and my heart sunk. And I will never forget, she looked at me, she said, why doesn't Crissy do anything for Dominic?
It's really sad when someone else has to ask you, why does this person do not like this child? Why this person don't like spending time with this child? Why this person don't do as much for this child? And quite honestly, majority of the time, they didn't want that child. Or specifically, they didn't want that child with you, you know? And now that the child is here and it's just like, they don't want no part. But people are just straight up evil and just have the wrong intention at you.
And I was like, and I knew what she meant. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, from the moment you wake up, you eat, sleep, and breathe, Dominic. From the moment you go to bed, you feed Wick before you feed yourself. You bathe him before you bathe yourself. You go to the park before you do anything fun for yourself. Why is she allowed to go out? Why is she allowed to live like she doesn't have a baby? Why doesn't she change diapers? Why doesn't she make bottles? Why doesn't she do this? Why doesn't she do that? Why doesn't she play with it? Why doesn't she have an emotional connection? Why is it always on Snapchat? Well, everything that I felt in my heart. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I tried to deny it. I was like, well, no, like she's a good person, you know, like she's really a good mom. And I would always say she was a good mom.
See, that's the thing. We cannot force a parent onto anybody. If they're not ready to step up and be the parent that they should be, then it's just pretty much, there's no need for you to try to push that on them, because they're going to act up and they're going to try to use the child when it's necessary, sadly. And that is a lot of people nowadays. A lot of people, they'll have kids and they have the opportunity to be in their kids' life 24/7. And like, they just choose not to. That tells you a lot about a person, a lot. So Damo's doing exactly what's right for her child. She's doing what she feels as a mother, you know, protecting her child, defending her child. And that's exactly how it should be. Because you're the only one that cares about that child the most. So if the other person doesn't want to step up and do what they got to do, you shouldn't have to tell them, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, oh, you got to say this, you got to say that. You should not have to do that. They should automatically know what to do. You know, people are not a child nowadays. Nobody's a child. We're not a child. So we know what's right and wrong. We know how to take care of a child. It doesn't take a genius to know that if a child poop, you're supposed to change them. It doesn't take a genius to be with a child. But believe it or not, there's a lot of people that's just like brainless, sadly.
Try to hype her up and try to make her believe it, because she would come to me all the time like I'm such a bad mom, and I'd be like, no baby, like you got this, like come, you can do it. Just bond with him off camera. I always tell her, put the camera down, get off Snapchat, get off Instagram, bond with him for real, the real bond. There's so much stuff me and Dominic do, even though I vlog, that you guys don't see, because there's a lot of stuff that don't need to be on camera. I would tell her that. Bond with him. Take him to the park. not on camera. Go see a kids movie, not on camera. Go to an amusement park, not on camera. And everything was always on camera. So anyways, I just tried to defend her like so hard. And she was like, girl, I'm your best friend. I've been your best friend since sophomore year of high school. Please tell me the truth. And I started bawling. I was embarrassed. None of my friends knew how I was being treated. I never told them.
That's extremely sad because I could honestly say that Domo means well, and I've been in a similar situation where I know exactly what she feels like. Don't force anybody to do anything at all. At all. You gotta learn that. Don't force them to be with you. Don't force them to love you. Don't force them to take responsibility. Don't force them to do anything at all. Because that's gonna backfire. Because once they show you that true self, that they themselves don't care, then it's like it's heartbroken. But it's good. It's good that she's learning and she learned, and from now on things could just get so much better.
I was embarrassed because I stayed. I was embarrassed because I let my son get treated that way. I will always defend my son, no doubt about that one. But it's the fact that I even stayed in that position to even go through that. Why would I put my son in a position where he's not cared for, where he's not loved? Why would I put my son in a position where he does not come first? I've always tried to give her the benefit of the doubt all the time. And I was just like, I don't know. I know she's not ready, and I know this and I know that. And she kept telling me, you have to do what's best for you and Dominic. My mother, you have to do what's best for you and Dominic. Her mother, you have to do what's best for you and Dominic. Everybody kept telling me, you have to do what's best for Dominic.
Exactly, like I was saying earlier, nobody else matters. Nobody else matters except for Dominique. He's the only one that's hurting in this. He doesn't know it yet, but sadly to say, you know, this is just getting way out of hand. And now that they have lawyers involved, it's getting really bad, really bad.
It's crazy because people that are from her past, now when I mean past, I mean like a month, 2 months ago, not that long ago, have contacted me. I'm like, okay, this about to be on some drama. How did you even get my information? Like, oh my God. Like basically on some can we talk type stuff. And I'm like, yeah, what? With an attitude, because I know what you about. I know who you chill with. I just know what's up. I know who you friends with. I'm not dumb. So long story short, caught me by surprise. A few people came to apologize to me. People that were actually really close to her.
Crazy thing is, it's always like that, always like that. So you would put out, you know, a person would show their true self or how bad of a person that they are, and then a lot of people wouldn't see that, how bad they treated you, until after the fact. And all of a sudden, oh, I'm so sorry, or that person is such a bad person, oh my gosh. Really?
And they were basically like, you know, you were right. I don't know who she is. I don't know who this person she's becoming. She's really good at playing the victim. And I'm sorry. One specific person wrote me a long paragraph and I thought it was genuine. You know, you can't trust everybody. You can't get too close to everybody. So I don't want y'all to think like, don't trust her. Okay, I got it. I know. But it was the fact that I thought that she specifically was genuine. She was just telling me a lie, and I'm not going to disclose that. But if everybody is exiting your life saying the same thing about you, there's things you need to change. Not people online. Because people online don't really know you. People in your real life, if they're all saying the same thing.
Sadly, some people don't realize how much of a jerk that they are, or how bad of a person that they are, how bad of a personality that they have, until it's too late. And that's the problem with a lot of people nowadays. They always wait until it's too late to change. You had the opportunity to change, and then they wait till the last second, and then it's already too late. I think we all dealt with somebody like that, or a situation in our life where, you know, we had someone who could have changed right then and there, but instead they decided to wait, and then it was too late.
My point. I totally forgot this. So when I was pregnant, I would always try to get her adopted. At this time, I lived in Indiana, which Indiana was 100% legal to adopt, 100%. My best friend adopted her girlfriend's baby, and it didn't even take long at all. It doesn't take long at all when you have consent from the birth parent. Me being the birth parent, it would have been a quick, easy process. She never wanted to. She always said no. We moved to Arizona when I was about 8, 9 months pregnant, and I would still tell her, can you please adopt him? Please, like, I want you to have that bond with him. I want it to be fresh off.
I believe Domo in that part, because even in her songs, she has, like, if you guys could check out some of her songs, you will notice that she has a lot of songs about, oh, you know, I want to spend my life with you, or you're this, you're that. She always talked nice about Crissy. She always had something good to say about her. But it's like now, Crissy's doing all this, Crissy's doing all these crazy things, and nothing else to do, right? You just sometimes you can't always be the nice guy. You know, people take advantage of that, so
She did not want to. She did not want to adopt him at all. Now, all of a sudden, okay, so she put on Twitter when somebody was like, you a deadbeat. Like, Dominic has one mother and one mother only. You are not his mother. If you would have cared about him, you would have adopted him. She said, I procrastinated, blah, blah, blah. Like, I didn't think that this was gonna happen. Bull crap. We've been talking about breaking up like a year before we actually broke up.
Damn, that's crazy that it went on for so long. It's really crazy this thing took place for that long period of time. What's next? What do you guys think they could actually do from now on? They said what needed to be said. Bitch name was called. This person using this person. There's a whole bunch that had to happen. How can they recover from this? Honestly, it's just gonna keep going down from then. Especially if they see each other, if they have to see each other at court, you know, and it's been a while since they see each other. Of course, Dominic will not be in presence, but it's gonna be rough.
So everything she's saying is BS. But now all of a sudden her excuse is, ever since people have been tagging her like, Arizona is not legal for adoption. All we had to do was hire a lawyer and we could have petitioned to adopt, because I was 100% on board for her to adopt him. Because I wanted her to have that bond. I wanted him to treat him good. I wanted just dumb stuff, like dumb, dumb. And she would just always not want to. She found out on Twitter, I just know what's up. I know who you friends with. I'm not dumb. So long story short, caught me by surprise, a few people came to apologize to me. People that were actually really close to her. And they were basically like, you know, you were right. I don't know who she is.
Domo is right about that. First of all, she should have listened to everyone that was warning her, telling her stuff from the get-go. I mean, sometimes we don't listen to people that's warning us until it's too late. Until we see for ourselves exactly what they was talking about. Girl, we twins.
I don't know who this person she's becoming. She's really good at playing the victim. And I'm sorry. One specific person wrote me a long paragraph and I thought it was genuine. You know, you can't trust everybody. You can't get too close to everybody. So I don't want y'all to think like, don't trust her. Okay, I got it. I know. But it was the fact that I thought that she specifically was genuine. She was just telling me a lie and I'm not going to disclose that. But if everybody is exiting your life saying the same thing about you, there's things you need to change. Not people online. Because people online don't really know you. People in your real life, if they're all saying the same thing, my point. I totally forgot this. So when I was pregnant, I would always try to get her adopted. At this time, I lived in Indiana, which Indiana was 100% legal to adopt, 100%. My best friends adopted her girlfriend's baby and it didn't even take long at all. It doesn't take long at all when you have consent from the birth parent. Me being the birth parent, it would have been a quick, easy process.
Throughout all this craziness, I feel that Crissy didn't want no babies. She did not want no kids. Or if she did, then she didn't want no kid with Dominique. That's what it seems like, because you can't, first of all, the child don't do anything to you. So why treat them bad? You know, why use them? But I guess some people still need to learn and they still need to grow. And until then, they're just going to keep having the same pattern over and over and over and over again, sadly. You know?
She never wanted to. She always said no. We moved to Arizona when I was about 8-9 months pregnant. And I would still tell her, can you please adopt him? Please, like, I want you to have that.
Now, here's my question for you, Domo. Did you learn your lesson? Huh, girlie? Did you learn your lesson? Did you learn that you can't easily trust people like that? You cannot. It's just because they say you could trust me, you trust them. You have to learn from her. Learn from your mistake, you know? There's going to be a lot of people who comes in your life who lies to you, who at the beginning will just show you the sky is blue and everything. And then they go and take advantage of you, wants to see your weak side. So you got to be careful with that. You're such a good-hearted person that people are willing to take advantage. And again, I'm very familiar with that. So you got to keep your eyes open. Don't make the same mistake twice.
And she would just always not want to. She found out on Twitter all this information. Now she's changed her answer. Everybody got the screenshot. So if you got them, okay, cool. When she said that she procrastinated, now she's saying, oh, wait, somebody told me this. So, I mean, never mind. It just wasn't legal. That's why I didn't do it. It wasn't legal. She never wanted to. She never wanted to be a parent. She used my son for views. She used my son for sympathy. She knows if she ain't got him, she don't have nothing. She knows this. And she has some of y'all in the palm of her hand like, oh my God, look at the pictures, look at the videos. Dominic misses his other mommy.
That's sad, Dad. I mean, what is there to do at this point? What's there to do? She doesn't want to change. She doesn't see anything wrong with what she's doing. What is there to do? But just continue praying for her, I guess, so things could get better. That's the only solution that I would say. But things are very are very bad right now. They're not in good standing.
Every time she would come home and he wouldn't even, most of the time, 90%, when she would come home, he wouldn't even notice because she was never there, never home. Where was she? Beats me. But all I know is she wasn't in me and Dominic's presence. I always got my son. I always had my son. He was always at the hip. And if he wasn't on my hip, my mom had him. Because she could not watch him by herself. And that's period. What I don't understand is if somebody told me they was taking my son, right?
All hell would broke loose. You doing what? Man, I'm calling everybody I know, looking up, yo. I understand what you're saying, Domo. She didn't try at all. She didn't go hard, you know, because when she started talking to her new girlfriend, it was like nobody else matters. Who cares? That's what it seems like.
I'm on your ass. I don't give a fuck. I ain't about to be on social media doing the most, living life like I ain't got no kid. I'm gonna be at your front door. I'm gonna be at your house. I'm getting my baby, period. A person who can go all these months with no contact, but you want to boohoo and cry on social media for sympathy, let you know it's for the cameras.
I would love to hear her response on that. I would love to hear it, but that is true. That's definitely true.
It's literally not for anything other than the cameras. It's for social media. And you sit here and expect me, like, I can understand. I'm human, I understand. But I can understand if she was reaching out literally whole time, like trying and legit. That would have been different. But the fact that you cry, you being dramatic on social media because you know that people have soft spots for people who act like they care about their kid, like a baby daddy. And they be like, let me see my son. Nigga, you don't even want to see your son. What are you talking about?
That is so freaking true. That's so freaking true. Don't act like, oh, I miss my baby. I want to see my baby. Where's my baby? You don't care about that damn baby. You don't care about that damn child. You only care about your damn self. Stop it. Stop it.
You know, nigga, like, she keeping my kids from me. Nigga, you keeping your kids from you. That just never made sense to me. I'm telling you, if somebody took Dominic from me, I'm on your ass. I'm fighting for mine. I'm killing for mine. Period. As a mother, that's the mindset you have as a mother. She didn't have that bond with him as a mother. It was like a little brother. It was like a little cousin. It was like my best friend.
That's true. Like I mentioned before, I feel like the relationship that the relationship that Crissy had, I feel that the relationship that Crissy had with little Dominique, was like a type of relationship that a babysitter have with a child that they watching and, you know, watching grow and stuff. Yeah, so it's kind of like a babysitter thing.
Like the bond my best friend had with him. She is no mother figure. Dominic does not remember her. So it was the last few months that I let her see Dominic. I would literally call her and beg her, can you just please spend some time with him? Spend more time with him. Stop being so brushed up under your bitch and spend time with him. Like, it's okay that you moved on. I've accepted that now. I went through the stages of sadness and grief and stuff like that. But all I'm asking is you just spend more time with him, focus. And when it's his time, it's his time. And when it's her time, it's her time. Like, I would beg, like, please spend time with him. Stop putting him off. Stop asking me, can I take him on these days? Stop asking me if you could just skip your days. No, spend time with him. You want him to remember you that bad? You're not doing this for social media, right? As you say, you're not doing this for social media.
The truth always come out sooner or later. Sooner or later, truth always comes out. Nothing stay hidden forever. What's done in the dark will always come to the light. Remember that. Bye.
That was a big problem in our relationship. Even when we were together, I would always tell her, like, I would always think to myself, like, why are you doing this for the cameras but not in real life? Never got that part. Never will. And when I would beg her to see him, she would just always put him off. Eventually, she started texting me when she seen that I was fucking fed the fuck up. Like, girl, I'm not about to work on your time. I'm not. I'm gonna make it hard for you. You might think I'm fucking being bitter. You might think I'm being mad. Yes. Because my son comes second to nobody and nothing. Period. I'm dropping whatever for my son. And I just feel like she's not a mom. When people ask me, oh, are you the only parent? Yes. I'm not a baby mama because I don't have a baby mama or a baby father. I am his only mother. He only knows me.
That's the thing about certain people is that they feel that, oh, if they see the child every now and then, or, you know, once a week, twice a week, oh, that's all that matters. It takes much, much more to be a parent. A lot of people don't know how to be a parent. It takes a lot more to be a parent. It takes, you know, not just buying them expensive this, expensive that, or, like I said, seeing them like once or twice a week. What is that? They're 7 days a week. Shoot. Somebody explain that to me. Why do people do that?
Kids need stability. She can't keep popping in and out talking about some happy birthday. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas. Oh, by the way, Happy Valentine's Day. Like, girl, no, I am Dominic's only parent and I'm doing what's best for him. I don't care what nobody say about that one. Can't nobody try to convince me that my ex is good for Dominic. I've seen it firsthand. When she turns off them cameras, Dominic is sad. Seen it firsthand. She treats him so bad. And why did I continue to let her stay? Because I'm like, okay, she's been there since he was born. She wasn't there emotionally, but at least she was sitting there. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't like, I can't even explain what I'm trying to say. My point is, I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, let me just try. And she would fail. Let me just try again. And she would fail. Let me just try again and again and again and again and again. And she would fail. I'm not putting my son through that. My son needs consistency. One day, I'm not saying it will ever happen because I'm good on my own and I always will be. But if somebody comes into my son's life and they want to play a figure role in them, I will let them. And I'm never forcing anything ever again. And that's my lesson.
Quite honestly, I think that's a lot of people's lesson. A lot of people. Same here. So I feel you on that one, girl. I really feel you. But like I said, just be more aware next time. Pick up the signs. If you start to see pattern, skedaddle then. Just go. You know, use her as a lesson. You know, everybody comes in your life as a blessing or a lesson, right? And those that comes in your life for both is the one that you end up truly, genuinely end up being with for a very long time and potentially even getting married. So you guys have to be aware with whom you let in your life and whom you let in your child life. Seriously. A lot of people will have the right intention in the beginning, but there's a lot of evil people out there. Seriously.
But I'm not about to be with somebody who don't want to be a parent. And that's period. If you're not ready to be a parent, you're not ready to be with me. Because my son comes first and he always will be. And the person I'm talking to now knows that shit. Yes, your son comes first. I respect that, like, period. I mean, they don't say period, but you get what I'm saying.
So she's talking to somebody. We all wonder who it is. I guess we'll find out soon. But just remember, Domo, when you're out there in public at all these YouTube events and stuff, people are going to take pictures. They're going to post it up. They're going to have potential this, potential that. So, but good luck to you, though. I just hope whoever that you're with right now treats you hella good. Hella good. You deserve it. Dominique deserves it. So, but...
And I know I said a lot, but I'm not telling y'all who it is because I feel like a private life is a happy life, and I learned my lesson with that shit twice. Damn near. So no, I mean, if y'all find out, then y'all find out, but I'm not saying shit, and my shit is personal. But anyway, my point is, don't let this social media stuff fool you. I already told y'all beforehand what she was gonna do, what she was gonna say, what she was gonna do to get sympathy, and she's doing all that, and she got y'all in the palm of her hand. I'm gonna make this long post and say this because they're just gonna eat it up and support me. I'm gonna make these videos of Dominic laughing, even though Dominic likes everybody, because Dominic's such a sweet baby, and I'm gonna make it seem like he loves me so much and he can't live without me in his life and stuff like that. You and I both know the truth. Dominic can play with somebody for 5 minutes and be best friends with them. All you gotta do is play with my son. He's the nicest, friendliest kid I've ever seen in my life. Dominic loves everybody. I don't like my son being used for likes, sympathy, and none of that. Don't use my son because you know it's gonna gain you. Don't use my son because you want sympathy. Don't use my son because you know you're plummeting and your views are down and people see through the bullshit. But now that you posted a video and you're posting all these pictures and it's going away, you think that I'm gonna go back on my word. No, I'm never going back on my word. And I'm letting y'all know this right now. I told y'all that and I said what I said video, but I'm never, ever going back on my word. She will never see my son again. She will never hear from my son again. I will never give her another chance because I've seen how she is. She's only doing this for social media. I've been with her in person every single day. Well, not every single day because most nights she wouldn't come home. But I've seen her often around him.
Again, for some of you guys that are watching, you gotta remember this. She's only doing what's best for her son. She's only doing what's best for her son. So whatever decision that she make, you guys gotta stop asking her, yo, can Crissy sees him? Can Crissy do this? Can Crissy do that? Because she already said it herself. She does not. She will not ever. She does not. She will not ever let her see him. So you guys don't respect her wishes. Because it's getting a bit annoying now. All these drama, it's like you turn around and somebody else, something else, something else, something else. Let's go back to the days where you guys were doing pranks and you guys were, you know, just doing regular vlogs where it was family friendly and everybody, you know, was willing to watch and stuff like that. But all that drama is not, it's a no-no.
And she can't handle it. There was about 4 or 5 occasions that I can remember her actually taking care of him by herself. Without my help. Astonishing. When I wake up, it's Dominic. When I go to sleep, it's Dominic. In the middle of the day, it's Dominic. I eat, breathe, sleep, Dominic. That's my baby. I'm a ride for him. And ain't nobody on social media about to tell me, let your ex see him because he's so sad. He misses her. Look at what she posted. Oh my gosh, she deserves at least a FaceTime call.
I'm laughing because people actually, it was a lot of people. They actually tagged Domo, and Crissy's post, and it was a hell of a lot of people. So I know how annoying that could be, where you just log onto Twitter, for example, and then all of a sudden a whole bunch of tag, mention, like, damn. Like, this is why I shouldn't be seeing a lot of these other messages and stuff like that, because people are overfloating her with BS, you know?
Confusing to have somebody keep going in and out their life, in and out. No, I'm doing what's best for my baby, and that's period. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the I said what I said video at the end of this video for y'all who didn't see it, because I don't feel like repeating myself. Everything I said in that video was 100% true. You can take it or leave it, you can believe me or not. At this point, it is what it is. But stop posting my son. This will all be settled soon, so I ain't too worried. But you know what you're doing, and you know it's wrong. And one day we gonna both have to stand before God, and we both will be judged for whatever we did.
See, that's the thing. Like, regardless who we follow, who we like better than the other, is the fact that things are starting to get ugly, because now lawyers are involved and everything, and that's when things get ugly. That's when people really start hating each other, and somebody's gonna be heartbroken. It didn't have to go that far. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
And I hope you know that what you're doing is wrong. I'm not gonna reach out to you. I'm not gonna speak to you. Dominic is actually better off. He's so much happier. I've never seen him thrive and be so great. Like, he's not gonna be judged for doing something wrong, because she has no patience. She literally yell at him all the time, cuss him out. And of course I'm defending my baby. There was not a time, I could say this, I was a weak bitch, but there was never a time that I did not defend Dominic, ever. I might have been weak and cried and stayed, but I always don't talk to my son like that. I'm not about to sit here and be nice. Y'all gotta understand. This is my son we're talking about. This is somebody using my son for sympathy.
This is not the Domo we knew from before. It's not the Domo we knew from before. The Domo we knew from before would just be like, okay, but please, like, the Domo now, she stands up for herself. She stands up for her son. Welcome back.
This is somebody using my son to try to pretend like they're depressed and hurt, when really you're depressed because of your mother. I'm not gonna put too much information out there. I'm gonna leave it at where it is, because I still got a certain level of respect for you, to where I don't want to air out all your dirty laundry, because when you made that video about me.
Can someone tell me what Domo did wrong to where Crissy was pissed off talking about don't talk about my mother? Domo didn't say nothing wrong. She didn't say nothing wrong at all. She didn't cuss at her. She didn't disrespect her. She just said, I'm not going to air out no dirty, no dirty laundries and stuff like that. Why are you taking it the wrong way? She didn't say, oh, your mother's a cunt. She didn't say, oh, your mother's a H word, a B, or nothing like that. So I don't get it. Why is everybody mad about that part? Enlighten me.
I made a whole list of stuff that I was going to just clear up and tell the truth. Apologize for my faults and my wrongs as well, but tell the truth on shit you were saying. But I'm like, it ain't even worth it, because all I really care about, because you're old news, you're an ex. All I really care about is my son, who you didn't want to begin with. You still don't want, but you want him on social media. I can't even stress that enough. But y'all, I'm about to put this at the end of the video. I said what I said, and I said what I said again in 2019. Stop talking about my son. Don't mention my son. You can sit here and boo-hoo and cry on social media, but you ain't gonna get no sympathy from me.
She's ready to fight, or don't talk about my son. Yo, if she were to use fingers right now, it would look like this. Don't talk about my son. Don't mention my son. None of that about my son. But she's very pissed. Crissy, I think you should stop talking about her son. Just an idea.
Real people see through real bullshit. Like, it's been 4 months, baby girl, and the most you've done is wrote a post on social media. Damn, that's tough. That's tough. I still pray for you to this day. Like, God, please let her find happiness. Please let her be fulfilled in life. Please let her stop posting my son for likes. I want you to honestly be fulfilled, but I want you to not lie, not be devious when you do it. Like, I wish you all the happiness in the world, but you ain't gonna get happiness by doing shit like this. You're not gonna get good karma by doing shit like this. You don't use it.
One thing a lot of people feel, one thing, when you do bad, for some reason, bad happens to you. When you do good, good happens to you. That's where the good karma and the bad karma comes into place. You know, so if you want good things to happen to you, do good things. Sometimes we just have to let go of the BS and then just be adults. That's it.
Listen, child, for your likeliness. You don't use the energy to child because you're plummeting, you're getting lower. Try something new. Go out and venture. But don't use my child to do it. Don't use my child to try to get brownie points. I'ma still continue to pray for you. I'ma still continue to wish you the best. But when it involves my son, don't do it, period. So here's I said what I said, and it's my last time saying that shit.
Alright guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.